Trains are a common mode of transportation for us, but do you know some of its little-known secrets? Today, we will unveil the top 10 mysteries of trains. Prepare to be amazed. Number 10. Where does the electricity on trains come from? You might think trains are powered by batteries or generators. Actually, no. There is something on the train that looks like a bow and arrow. It is called a pantograph. It can draw electricity by friction from the overhead lines. Then, through a complex system, it transmits the electricity to the carriages and motors. This allows the train to run and provides electricity for onboard use. The principle is the same as an electric tram. They all get electricity from the air. You do not have to worry about the overhead lines and pantographs wearing out, because they all have special designs. This ensures the contact point is constantly changing, and the surface of the pantograph is coated with a layer of graphite. It is both smooth and conductive, so the train has a continuous supply of electricity. Number 9. Where does the water on the train come from? You might think that the water on trains is piped in. Actually, not so. There is something on the train like a water tank, called a water tank. It can store a large amount of drinking water before departure, enough for the passengers on board for more than 10 hours. That is enough for short-distance trains, but it is not enough for long-distance trains. So they have another way to replenish their water supply. That is, they replenish water along the way. Whenever the train stops at a station, specialized workers will use high-pressure water hoses to fill the train with water. It only takes a few minutes. And this water has all been tested. It meets the standards for drinking water. Furthermore, the water tanks and water jugs on the train are regularly cleaned and disinfected, so the water you drink is very clean and hygienic. Number 8. Why do not high-speed trains have seatbelts? You might think high-speed trains should have seatbelts because they go very fast. Actually, no. High-speed trains do not have seatbelts because they are very safe. First, high-speed trains are firmly fixed to 2 steel rails. They run very smoothly. You can even stand a coin on its edge in the carriage. It won't fall over. Second, high-speed trains do not suddenly change lanes or brake, so seatbelts are unnecessary. Finally, if an accident does occur, seatbelts would actually cause greater harm to passengers because they would fix passengers to their seats, preventing escape, and they would also suffer the impact of the carriage collapsing. Therefore, high-speed trains are safer without seatbelts. Furthermore, high-speed train seats are crash-resistant, protecting passengers' heads and knees, and preventing them from getting trapped. Number 7. Why do not coal trains have covers? You might think coal trains should have covers, because coal can create dust or get wet. Actually, no. Coal trains do not have covers because coal is not afraid of water, and it also facilitates unloading. Coal is a substance that is not afraid of water. Even if it gets wet, it won't affect its combustion either. Moreover, coal generates heat during transportation due to friction. Sometimes it even spontaneously combusts. If it encounters rain, it can actually help cool it down and prevent fires. And there is another advantage to coal trains having no cover. That makes unloading convenient. The coal train cars are open. They only have side panels on 4 sides. 2 of the side panels can be opened. This makes loading and unloading very easy. And also, now, there's a more advanced type of coal container. It can be flipped directly using a machine. They can unload 8,000 tons of coal in just 1 hour. You do not have to worry about the coal trains kicking up dust because they spray a kind of settling agent. It binds the coal particles together on the surface, preventing them from flying away. Even with a 10-grade gale, there's no problem. Number 6. What is the bucket in front of the locomotive used for? You might think the bucket in front of the locomotive is for scooping things up. Actually, not so. The bucket in front of the locomotive is for clearing snow. In some places, the railways are often covered with accumulated snow, affecting train operations. So a snowplow is needed to clear the snow. Just drive the train to where there is snow, and the plow will clear the snow to both sides. Clear a clean path. But this method has a drawback. That is, in places where the snow is too deep, the bucket can't push it, and it will also obstruct the driver's view, reducing efficiency. So the Americans invented a better method. That is, using a fan to blow away the snow. The advantage of this method is that you do not have to pile the snow beside the tracks. Instead, you blow the snow far away. It can also blow away the snow under the tracks. It solves the problem all at once. But this method also has a drawback. That is, every time after blowing the snow, you have to clean the snow off the fan. This is also time-consuming. Although we do not usually see such scenes, it is still very satisfying to watch the video. Number 5. Why did person throw a hoop at the driver? You might think throwing a metal ring to the driver is a prank. Actually, not so. Throwing a metal ring to the driver is a traditional handover method. It is called a track token. A track token is a tool used to ensure train safety. Its function is to ensure that only one train occupies each section at a time. This prevents rear-end collisions or conflicts. A track token is shaped like a large iron ring. It is marked with the station's name and number. Each section has its own track token. When the train enters a section, the assistant driver must drop the track warrant from the previous section off the train. Then, they use their arm to hook the track warrant for the next section. This completes the handover. Meanwhile, the on-duty staff on the ground must place the drop track warrant into a machine. This records the train's progress. This method, while ancient, is very effective, but it also carries significant risks because both the driver and the dispatcher have to lean out. It is easy to get injured. So, with the development of railway technology, this method has been replaced by electronic signals. There is no longer any need for track tokens, nor is there any need to throw iron rings. Safer and more convenient. Number 4. How does a train turn around on the spot? You might think turning a train around is a hassle because it is so long. Actually, not really. There are many ways to turn a train around. The simplest is to change the locomotive. After the train arrives at the terminal, just switch the front of the train to the back. They can drive back the way it came. This avoids having the whole train turn around. But older trains were not like that. They were all unidirectional. They could not be reversed. So they developed 3 methods for turning trains around. One was the triangle track. It uses 3 switch points to allow the train to loop around, changing its direction. Another type is the loop line. It is a circular railway, allowing the train to go around in a circle before returning to the original track. The last type is a turntable. It is about moving the locomotive onto a rotating platform. Turn 180 degrees and then proceed. These methods are interesting, but also time-consuming and laborious. That is why modern trains are bidirectional. No need to turn around. Just switch the driver's cab. Number 3. How do sealed carriages ventilate? You might think that sealed carriages would be stuffy because the air can't circulate. Actually, that is not true. The sealed carriage has a complete respiratory system. It keeps the air fresh. This system is like a person's nose and mouth. It can inhale outside air, and it can exhale the inside air. The carriage's air intakes and outlets are hidden. You can't see them, but they're always working, delivering air to every corner of the carriage. And the air in the carriage is filtered and disinfected to remove dust and bacteria, ensuring air quality. This system also automatically adjusts the airflow and temperature according to the carriage's temperature and humidity to make you feel comfortable. It is said that this system can completely renew the air in the carriage within 7 minutes, so you do not have to worry about feeling stuffy. Number 2. Why are Japanese trains so punctual? You might think the punctuality of Japanese trains is a habit. Actually, that is not quite right. The punctuality of Japanese trains is a science. They can achieve second-to-second accuracy, and they never delay. This is because Japanese railways have a strict management system. They have a precise timetable, and they must follow this timetable to perform their tasks. If there is any deviation, all reports and adjustments must be made promptly, and Japanese railways also have an advanced signaling system. It can monitor the location and speed of trains in real time. This avoids congestion and conflicts. The punctuality of Japanese railways remains above 97% every year. It is the highest in the world. If the train is delayed, no matter how many seconds, they will apologize to the passengers. They will even issue a certificate, so passengers can explain to their teachers or bosses. This respect for time has earned Japanese trains the world's admiration. Number 1. what is the purpose of the special coupler on the train? You might think that train couplers are used to connect the carriages. Actually, that is not quite right. Train couplers are used to ensure the safety of the train. This type of coupler is called a Janney coupler. It is a very clever invention. It allows the train to maintain a certain gap while in motion, preventing collisions between carriages. The principle of the Janney coupler is to utilize two hooks and a buffer. When the train accelerates or decelerates, the hooks automatically adjust, keeping the distance between the carriages constant. The buffer absorbs the impact force, reduce vibration. This type of coupler not only ensures a smooth train ride, but also improves train efficiency because it allows the train to automatically adjust the angle of the carriages when turning, reducing resistance. This type of coupler has been in use for a century and is a crucial component of modern trains. After watching the video above, do you have a better understanding of trains? What other secrets about trains do you know? Welcome to leave a comment and interact in the comment section.